The streets of Moscow are both hauntingly familiar and strangely altered. Neon lights still glow over the wide boulevards, the echo of traffic lingers in the cold night air, and the red square still holds the weight of centuries. Yet beneath the surface, beneath the glittering facade and historic monuments, there is an unease and unshakable tension that seems to breathe with every step of the people. It is a nation caught between pride and pain, between its glorious past and an uncertain future. For millions of Russians, this is the reality of today, the current state of their homeland. The story begins with Alexei, a 42-year-old schoolteacher in St. Petersburg. He once believed in the promise of Russia's future. He taught history with passion, telling his students that their nation was resilient, capable of rising from any hardship. But over the years, he watched as the optimism faded. The sanctions, the isolation, the tightening grip of power. They weren't just political headlines, they were daily struggles. Prices of food rose while salaries barely moved. Opportunities shrank, and the brightest students dreamed only of leaving. Yet Alexei could not leave. His roots were here, his parents here, his children here. He carried the weight of responsibility. If he didn't stand in front of those students each morning, who would? Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, Irina, a 27-year-old journalist, wrestled with her own battles. She had entered her career with fire in her heart, determined to expose truth and shine light in dark places. But in today's Russia, truth had become dangerous. Each article she wrote carried risk, censorship, harassment, even arrest. Yet she continued, driven by something deeper than fear. If I don't tell their stories, she whispered to herself late at night, then silence wins. Her path crossed with Alexei's one evening when she attended a small gathering of teachers and intellectuals in a cramped apartment, where people dared to speak freely. For a moment, the walls melted away, and voices carried raw honesty. They talked about their children, about lost dreams, about what it means to love a country that does not always love you back. Irina listened as Alexei spoke quietly about his students. They deserve a future, he said, his voice trembling, not just a survival. Irina's heart ached at the simplicity of his words. It wasn't about politics or power, it was about humanity. Across Russia, stories like theirs unfold daily. A mother in Kazan who skips meals so her children can eat. A young programmer in Novosibirsk who secretly works for foreign companies online because local opportunities have dried up. An elderly veteran in Vladivostok who cannot reconcile his loyalty to his country with the pain of watching his grandchildren dream of escape. These are not headlines. They are the heartbeat of a nation. But there is also resilience. In the small town of Yaroslavl, community gardens have sprung up, where neighbors 𝗬𝗂